Hello friends, my name is CA Mohit Gupta and you are watching Etax Helpline. Today we are going to discuss Form 10BD which has been issued by Income Tax Department for filing related to donations received by the charitable institutions. This need to be filed online on Income Tax portal only. Once the charitable institution will log into their Income Tax portal, in their income tax login, they will find an option to file Form 10BD, and there you can either upload the data, or you can also fill the data online. If the number of transactions are less, you can fill it online, otherwise you can upload the data. How to fill Form 10BD? That for that we can have some other video with a live session on how to file it online, but today we will discuss what we have to fill in Form 10BD. So the prime question is, what is the requirement of 10BD? The only simple reason is that there may be some taxpayers who must be taking the benefit of fake ATG donation benefit, and now Income Tax Department have come up with Form 10BD. With this, your donation will reflect in your Form 26AS. And like TDS, if your donation is not appearing in 26AS, you will not be able to get the benefit of that donation deduction in your income tax return under Section 80G. So this Form 10BD is required to be filed by the charitable institutions, the organizations who are the donee, who are getting the donations. So in this form, Part A talks about the organization who is filing it, PAN of the organization who is filing the Form 10BD, and reporting year, this should be yearly. So once in a year, an organization is supposed to file this form. So this is yearly form. So for financial year 2021-22, this will come as reporting year 21-22. Now Part B talks about the details of donation. The form is very concise, very simple, and very short, but it contains all the particulars which are required for the generation of donation certificate in Form 10BE. So Part B talks about details of donor and the donations. Serial number 1, it talks about serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then the unique identification number of the donor. What is unique identification number of the donor? That has been explained by the department only. That PAN number, Aadhaar number are the primary two unique identification number of any taxpayer or the donor. However, in case PAN and Aadhaar is not available, then you can go to taxpayer identification number if the donor is non-resident. Mind it, if the donor is non-resident, then taxpayer identification number can also be considered. Passport number can also be considered. Election photo ID can be considered. Driving license, ration card. All these are considered for resident as well as non-resident. However, for non-resident, taxpayer identification number is the unique thing. Otherwise, the rest of the option, passport, election ID, driving license, ration card, these are for resident as well as non-resident donors. But preferably you go with PAN and Aadhaar. Reason why, if you will enter the PAN number or Aadhaar number, that can come to the 26AS online. Reason why, now government is planning to substitute PAN with Aadhaar, or PAN and Aadhaar both can be used simultaneously for filing of income tax return and for the submission of income tax forms and particulars. Now unique identification number of the donor means the document identification number. Then comes the ID code. The ID code which you are submitting, what is the ID code of that particular ID? For PAN, ID code is 1, Aadhaar it is 2, taxpayer identification number 3, passport it is 4, election photo identity card it is 5, driving license it is 6, and ration card it is 7. So these are 7 are the codes which you have to fill in this column ID code. Then the section code, under which section you have received the donation. So there are 4 sections under which you can receive the donation. Section 80G, 3512A, 3512-2, 3512-3. Then you have to specify the section. Majorly it will come under Section 80G. Then name of the donor, address of the donor. Then come the donation type. What do you mean by donation type? So here comes 3 categories. Whether the donation is a corpus donation, whether the donation is a specific grant. given for specific purpose, or whether the donation is a others. Others means general donation. So you have three options, whether the donation is corpus, specific grant, or others. So you have to select donation type in this case. Then comes mode of receipt, through which mode you have received the donation, whether you have received in cash, whether you have received in kind, whether you have received by electronic mode including account page, check or draft, or whether you have received through any other mode. So you have to specify the mode and at the end amount of donation received. So this is part B which you have to fill. Then the signatory will fill the information, the one who is authenticating, who is submitting this form on behalf of the charitable institution. So that person particulars will come, that person digital signature will be affixed, and this form 10BD will be filed online on income tax website. Once this form 10BD will be filed, a new just like TDS certificate, you have filed the TDS return and then TDS certificate generated. So once you will file this form 10BD, 10BE certificate will be generated, and this is called certificate of donation under clause 9 of section 5 of section 80G. So or section 35 1A or 2 as applicable. So you will receive donation certificate. In the donation certificate, on the topmost there will be an acknowledgement number, unique acknowledgement number issued to every donor. Then PAN of the reporting person, name of the reporting person, address of the reporting person, and unique registration number of the reporting person. So these are the details of donee. These are the details of donee. Just like in TDS certificate, the details of companies come and then the details of TDS come. Similarly, here in this case in form 10E, at the top acknowledgement number and then the details of the donee. Thereafter the details of donor will come. And in the case of donor, first of all, date of issue of unique registration number means the donee detail. Then unique identification number. Unique identification number is for donor, PAN of the donor, Aadhaar of the donor, or any other ID proof which you have given, that will come. Unique identification number is the same identification number entered here, that will come in form 10E. Then name of the donor, similarly copy paste from here only, for name of the donor, address of the donor, amount of donation received, then financial year for which it has been received, that will pick from here only. Then type of donation will come from here, whether it was a corpus donation, specific donation, or others. Then section code will come from here. So in form 10E, which is the donation certificate, all the particulars and information will be picked from form 10BD only. Now this is for financial year 2021-22. Now for financial year 22-23, what government have said? They have said that you can pre-generate the donation certificate number, and these can be generated up to 1000. And what you have to do, you have during the year, if you are issuing donation certificate of 80G or 35 1A to any donor, you can use these pre-generated certificate number on those offline certificates which you are issuing. Considering the fact that this form 10BD is to be filed once in a year, you are getting the donations during the whole year, you have to issue 80G certificate also. But if you will issue 80G certificate offline and at the end of the year you are filing 10BD, and then you have to again issue form 10BE to those particular donors. So to overcome this situation, government have given a feature for financial year 2022-23 and onward years, that you can pre-generate pre-acknowledgement numbers for form 10BE. These can be generated up to 1000. You generate these pre-generated acknowledgement numbers for form 10BE. You use these pre-generated acknowledgement numbers for form 10B and issue offline form 10BE to your donors for financial year 2022-23 and onward years. Then when you will file form 10BD for financial year 2022-23 presume, and you have already generated pre-acknowledgement numbers, then you have to mention those pre-acknowledgement numbers in your form 10BD. A specific column has been inserted after serial number and before unique identification number via amendment in income tax rules by notification issued on 9th of May 2022. So there is an amendment in Form 10BD for financial year 2022-23 onwards. And what is the amendment? That an additional column has been inserted, pre-acknowledgement numbers. So this is all about Form 10BD and 10BE. If you have any query related to Form 10B and 10BD and 10BE, then you can comment, you can connect me, you can email me, you can call me. Thank you friends. If you like the video, please like the video, please share the video, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.